Hi there, I'm Matt, mental performance coach and mindset mentor. And today we're going to deep dive into the limiting beliefs that hold people back in life, love, and business, and what you can do to change it. Because the truth is that every lasting change or transformation that you're to experience in your life must come with a change in your belief system. I'll say that again. Every single change or transformation that you're to experience in your life must come with a change in your belief system. You cannot have one without the other. Most people think that they need more self-discipline or willpower in order to achieve their goals. But what if I told you that the real trick to creating lasting change wasn't to work harder or do more? It's to change the underlying beliefs that drive your behavior. Because let's be honest, self-discipline and willpower is a limited resource. And the people who actually change their lives, they're not relying on willpower at all. They've changed the beliefs that drive their behavior. And when you change that, everything else gets easier. And in order to explain what I'm talking about, let me pull up a short little diagram to illustrate exactly what I mean. Check this out. Psychology tells us that the human mind has two parts. We have our conscious logical mind, and we also have our subconscious emotional mind. Now, most people are surprised to learn this, but it's true that your conscious logical mind really only accounts for a very small percentage of what you do, roughly 3 to 5%. And that tells me that our subconscious mind is actually responsible for a whopping 95 to 98% of what we do. Kind of crazy, isn't it? But it's true. Now, stick with me here. When most people try to change their results in their life, okay, they revert back to their actions and their habits. They try to rely purely on self-discipline and willpower. They start exercising more, they start eating better, they start working harder, they start saving more or sticking to a budget. But like I said, willpower and self-discipline is a limited resource. This is why so oftentimes people start out strong, but eventually progress fizzles out and effort slows. What people fail to recognize is that it's our beliefs that drive our behavior. And when you change the underlying belief, you change the behavior by default. Now, the fact that you're watching this video tells me that you probably already have a number of positive and empowering beliefs, either about yourself and your potential. But if you're a human being and alive on planet Earth, I'm willing to bet that you also have some negative, limiting, denying beliefs baked right into that as well. And some of the most common limiting beliefs that I tend to hear are things like, well, I'm not good enough, or I'm not smart enough, or I don't have enough experience, or things like the market is too saturated, or the economy is total shit, or I'm too young, or I'm too old, or rich people are greedy, or I don't want to be salesy, because they have an underlying limiting belief that salespeople are pushy and untrustworthy. Or things like successful people got lucky, or it's the result of their family connections. Or even if I try and fail, people might judge me. Or if I succeed, they're going to expect more of me. Or things like money is hard to earn and it doesn't grow on trees. And the crazy thing is, the beliefs like that will stop a person before they even give themselves an opportunity to try. They literally act like invisible barriers that keep you stuck. But here's the thing. A belief is just a thought that you continue to think. It doesn't necessarily make it true. Unless, of course, you believe in it and give it that power. And then in that case, it oftentimes becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. For example, I used to have a belief that I wasn't a reader. Why? Well, because oftentimes I would read a page or a paragraph and get to the bottom and think to myself, I don't even remember what I just read. And so the result was I didn't read. But in about 2017, I made the decision that I was going to commit to reading for 15 minutes every single morning. But I wasn't just going to read. I was going to highlight, underline, dog-ear the pages, and take notes in the margins. Essentially, I was going to engage with the material. And interestingly enough, I ended up reading 18 books that year. And today, my belief is that I am a reader. In fact, I love reading. But the point is that limiting beliefs like that will hold a person back from really stepping into their power. And here's the thing. They'll tell me things like, well, yeah, but I really do believe that. And exactly, that's the problem. And here's the thing. Your mind operates exactly like a supercomputer, and your subconscious mind is the program that it runs. And just like your phone or your computer, it requires regular updates. Think about it. Your phone probably gets the latest software update every few weeks, right? But when was the last time that you updated your internal operating system? Most people that I speak with are still running on Windows 95 or some outdated OS. Why does this matter? Because just like the software in your phone or your computer, it can pick up little bugs, or in this case, mind viruses, in the form of limiting beliefs. And our job is to search and destroy. And that's exactly why I've created a three-part process that I call the belief busting blueprint. Step one is to identify your limiting beliefs. Step two is to challenge their validity and see the error in your thinking. And step three is all about replacing and reinforcing them with new positive and empowering beliefs, ones that fit your future, not just serve your past. And this isn't just hype or motivation. There's actually strong neuroscience to support the fact that you can literally rewire your brain and change your life. And when you do this, you change the behavior automatically, your goals get easier, and the life that you've dreamt about not only begins to feel possible, it starts to feel inevitable. So here's what I want you to do. Comment the word belief below, and I'll send you a free version of my belief busting blueprint. Absolutely free. You can use the belief busting blueprint to start to update your internal operating system and begin to live the life that you truly want today. And remember, every single change or transformation must come with a change in your belief system. It's that simple. You change your beliefs, you change your life.